we got to give it to the entire Georgia defense. They have allowed, get this, 23 points total this season, and of those 23 points, only 16 of them have actually been against the defense in 5 games. That's the fewest the Bulldogs have allowed through 5 games since 1937. That's a little way back for you.
It's the fewest they've allowed through 7 games, probably, since 1937. Good Lord, 23.
Listen, you cannot overstate how good this Georgia defense has been. So I got to ask you, David, will Auburn find the end zone this weekend?
Yes. I think they'll find the end zone. Some kind of misdirection, some kind of trick play. You saw them a week ago kind of run an end around and have success. Bo Nix scrambling around, running ability. Yeah, they'll reach the end zone. They'll get one, Des.
Hey, I agree with you because, you know, Bo Nix, he likes to incorporate that playground, backyard style of football. That means it puts a lot of pressure on the back. I mean, look at that play. That was ridiculous against LSU. So you have a quarterback that can improvise like that. It increases your chances of scoring at least 1 touchdown against the best defense in college football, which happens to belong.
Where would you put this defense from what you've seen the last several years?
Well,
how much respect do we have for him?
I have to see more because I got to see him against better competition, too. Yeah, because, I mean, you know, Clemson's offense, I mean, that's terrible.
Yep.
Arkansas, they blanked Arkansas, which is big. That was huge last week. I mean, so they're, you know, hey, they're doing what they're supposed to do as a dominant defense, no matter who you put on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, I'm starting to trend in the direction that of all-time great defense.
All-time great.
Well, I mean, you got that guy in the middle, 99. Who's the focal point. He's 350, depending on what he ate for breakfast. And he hit 20 miles an hour on the GPS, which is just stupid.
Repeat that.
He hit 20 miles an hour on the GPS.
350.
Yeah. Good luck with
that. I mean, that's like insane.
That's like getting hit by a truck.
100%.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter's a top 10 pick up front. Nolan Smith. I mean, we can just go down the list. Man, it's just every week, and you're just like, yeah, I want to see an offensive challenge. I want to see an offensive challenge.
Exactly.
Well, Arkansas was a top 10 team. Okay, Auburn's top 18. Let's see what they got this week.
You keep that type of production up, certainly you can be in the conversation for all-time great. It is still a little early in the season, and they do have some stiffer competition a little bit later on this year.
I just started thinking about that Canes defense. I don't know if they're that good yet because they had a bunch of first rounders.
They were.
Go ahead.
All right, well, let's talk about Ole Miss and Arkansas because both teams went into their games last weekend thinking they might be able to do something, and about that.
See, what happened was, what happened to that popcorn?
So I am calling this. That's
Microwave didn't work, baby.
Popcorn definitely got burnt. I'm calling this the bounce back bowl between Arkansas and Ole Miss. Des, do you think that fits the bounce back bowl? You like that? You think it'll stick?
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
So who's going to bounce back in this one?
I'm thinking possibly, potentially, maybe Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss just because they have like
very convincing.
Yes, positive, potentially. Maybe Lane Kiffin.
Because they had Matt Corral like before last week, like this time a week ago, he was like a Heisman favorite. No one's talking about it anymore for the Heisman, but that's what Alabama's defense can do to you. So I think these guys just might bounce back because of Lane Kiffin and his offensive genius.
I hear you, but here's what I'll say about that. First of all, back and forth. I'm not putting my feet in anything concrete, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I believe in Sam Pittman and the culture more than I believe in the culture in Ole Miss.
Okay.
How about that? I think the physicality, I think who they are, what they are. I have more faith in Arkansas. I don't have much faith in either one of them, but I think the Arkansas defense is going to stick around. I think KJ Jefferson will be a week healthier. Burks will continue to get healthy. I believe more in what they are and who they are than I do in Ole Miss to be consistent week in and week out.
What does Penn State offense have to do if it is going to crack Iowa's stingy defense?
Be very, very patient. What Iowa's defense is all about is letting you make the mistake. They want to see if you're patient enough to put together a 12, 14 play drive. Or if you try to get greedy, if you try to take the big shot, and that's when they pounce on you because they have a bunch of ball hawks in the secondary. You're talking about 12 interceptions already going to week 6. I mean, that's insane. 16 takeaways on the season. What they love to do is put you in a position where you're not patient, you try to gamble, you try to take a risk, and then it pays big dividends so far for Iowa's defense.
And they got a big advantage in speed on the outside. My recommendation would be to use it. Dotson needs to touch the football.
I love that kid.
Throw the ball deep. Parker, another guy who's really dynamic. I think put those two guys on the same side. Run your routes with those two guys together. But Sean Clifford, he's better.
Right.
We've seen improvement. Is he elite? No. Yeah. Does he have a tendency to throw a couple of balls that just make you scratch your head? Yes. But find 5. find 9, find 13, or find 5, find 3, find 13. There's a bunch of guys on this unit that they can spread the ball around. And when things break down, he also can run the football. And I think that's a big advantage against Iowa's defense this weekend.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.